Today we're doing a tier list on the Modern Horizon sets. Let's see which cards are the most powerful of all the Modern Horizon cards. We're going to start off with Christopher B's Splicer's Skill. This is a 3-mana sorcery. Create a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token. But that's not all. You can also splice onto an instant or sorcery for 4 mana. This seems terrible. It's so bad I've never even heard of it until now. I don't even know if this makes like a good draft card. It's almost like Call of the Herd, but not really. You have to like sort of herd it on something else. I don't know, this card, this seems very incredibly underwhelming. So I'm gonna put it. Where am I gonna put it? I guess I'm gonna put it at like C tier. It's not useless. Like, you do get a 3/3 creature for 3 mana, but I don't know. That's just it's not getting my heart beating very hard. We have Old Boy with Arkham's Astrolabe. Oh my god. So this is like the point. There's going to be so many broken cards suggested today that we aren't even going to know how to properly like. It's possible that this Splicers thing should go to the D tier, because this really is going to end up being like one of the worst cards out there. Arkham's Astrolabe is a snow artifact for 1 snow. When Arkham's Astrolabe enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. And for 1 mana, tap, add 1 mana of any color. And look at its history. This is a colorless card that got banned in Pauper, it got banned in Modern, it got banned in Legacy. This is a card that like completely undermined the whole point of Wasteland in Legacy, because you just had to play with a bunch of all you have to do is play with a bunch of basic lands to replace your non-basic lands, and it acted like a non-basic land, and it replaced itself. So anyway, Arkham's Astrolabe just deceptively was an incredibly good and also valuable card because of the cantrip. 1 mana cantrip. Almost basically no cost, no money down. Where do I put it though? Is this really one of the most powerful cards of all time? Okay, we'll put it S tier. You know what? I think it actually is one of the most dangerous cards that just undermined the fabric of Magic the Gathering strategy. It's like it's like the ultimate, I wouldn't say mana dork, but the mana filtering card. Bolt says there's a red force that's guaranteed D tier. Don't know the name, but only the Bolt wants Force of some. I think it's Force of. You know what? I don't remember it either. That's why it's so D tier. Force of Rage. Okay, for a 3 mana instant, if it's not your turn, you may exile a red card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Create 2 3/1 red elemental creature tokens with trample and haste. Sacrifice those at the beginning of your next upkeep. Is this a typo? Maybe it's supposed to be like sacrifice those tokens at the beginning of your end step, so that you can at least play this at end of turn and start swinging with a bunch of 3/1s. But no, that's not how it worked. Force of Rage, not even doing a lot of rage against your opponents, just literally burning out, doing nothing. Sort of, it can be defensive, but that's not exactly what red is in for. Red's not playing this card. Red is not being red to be defensive, all right? Red is not blue. Nikachu believes in Jeebus. Oh, we all should believe in Jeebus. I thought it was all Modern Horizon set. It's a Modern Horizon. Well, what isn't a Modern Horizon set? Did we miss something? This is a Modern Horizon set. We got Astrolabe, Modern Horizons 1. We got Splicer's Skill, also Modern Horizons. Remember, it can be any Modern Horizon set. We got John with the Shifting Woodlands. Shifting Woodland is a land. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a forest. And taps add a green. Delirium. For 4 mana, Shifting Woodland becomes a copy of target permanent card in your graveyard until end of turn. Activate only if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. But basically, your land can turn into anything for free. It's almost like reanimation. I think this card is just absurd. Why on earth did they give green this? Like, I don't. If I remember the cycle, I mean the cycle wasn't nearly as powerful for blue, red, black, or white. So anyway, this card is a little bonkers, and it actually sees a good chunk of play both in Commander and in Modern, because it's like the land is the land, in my opinion, is just borderline free, and it's a sort of like pseudo reanimation. You don't even have to reanimate a creature. You can like go copy a land. You can copy an artifact. If you got a One Ring in your graveyard, that's a permanent that you can copy. Go ahead and copy that thing. Anyway, pretty absurd card. A tier. It's not the most, I mean, it's not the most broken thing I've seen in the world, and you can still interact with the graveyard. But, like, it's too free. Super, super, super free. Benjamin Berkey with Carrion Feeder. So, reprints into Modern Horizons are going to count, because they have brought old, powerful cards back into the spotlight. Carrion Feeder. Carrion Feeder is a nice card. It's a black 1/1. It can't block. Which is not a good thing, but, you know, it's a thing. Sacrifice a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on your Carrion Feeder. Now, Carrion Feeder is just basically, it's just one of the most efficient sack outlets that there is in the game. It's 1 mana. You can sack creatures. You can sack a lot of creatures. You can make this creature super big. This card may not block, but it's not made for blocking. It's made for attacking. So it's good, but I'm not going to say, like, it's the hottest thing since sliced bread. I'm going to put in the B tier. It's okay. It's a nice, okay card. Carrion Feeder is great. Love it. Sausage Dog, big zombie fan. I know a zombie fan when I see them. We got Prince of Winners. Ren and 6. Hasn't this fallen out of favor over recent years? You could say that, actually. Okay, let's look at Ren and 6. Now, it all depends on the format. A lot also depends on, like, how good are the lands that you can get back from the graveyard. So it's a red and green for 3 loyalty, +1, return up to 1 target land card from your graveyard to your hand, -1, Ren and 6 deals 1 damage to any target, and -7, you get an emblem with instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard have retrace. Now, it's still banned in Legacy, because it can consistently bring back Wasteland over and over and over again. So it's going to stay banned in Legacy. 2 mana, infinite Wastelands. No, not very fair, in my opinion. Nice Brawl Commander, now that Wasteland is on Arena. Really? Well, okay, well, this card is very likely going to get banned in Brawl super fast, or they're going to ban Wasteland. One or the other. Ren and 6 is good if there's a lot of 1 toughness creatures in existence. So in Modern, if there's like a lot of 1 toughness creatures like Champion of the Parish, Ragavan, what else? I can't remember a lot of 1 toughness creatures that used to exist because they just don't exist anymore. And that's the point. They don't exist anymore, and Ren and 6 doesn't exist anymore. So Ren is not nearly as powerful as it used to be. But if the number of 1 toughness creatures in the format go up, the power of Ren and 6 goes up. And it's still a good card. Like, I mean, it's not like a worthless card or anything. So that's why I'm gonna put in the A tier. But it's vulnerable. Like, you know, if you don't have any 1 toughness creatures to snipe, then it's just not what it used to be. Next up, we got Steve Cooper with the Apex Devastator. Apex Devastator. What is this? 10 mana for a 10/10. Cascade, 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 and Cascade. I don't know what the actual true power of this card is. I'm going to assume this is okay. I'm going to assume that this is not like a complete joke, at least because of Commander. Commander will make this card. The Commander will make this card good. Someone out there is ramping a lot and putting 5 permanents on the battlefield off of 1 card that is at least a 10/10 is nothing to sneeze at. So I'll put the Apex Devastator in the B tier. And I think it belongs there. I think it's okay. I'm going to centralize myself over here. Touches Dog says, I remember when Ren 6 was like 75 bucks. And now, wow, is it really 10? I didn't even look at the price. Oh my. Oh no, hold on. This is Apex Devastator. Yeah, it's $10. Get your Ren and 6s while you can if you want to buy the dip over here. Okay, we have Enfidiaz with Ajani, Nakatl Pariah. Ajani, a 2 mana 1/2 Cat Warrior. When Ajani, Nakatl Pariah enters the battlefield, create a 2/1 Cat Warrior creature token. And whenever one of your cats dies, get to transform them. Bitter Rage. We have a 3 loyalty Ajani, and for +2, put +1/+1 counter on each cat you control. And for 0, create a 2/1 cat warrior creature token. When you do, if you have a red permanent, you can then deal damage equal to the number of creatures you control to any target, which is bonkers. Then -4, each opponent chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents they control, then sacrifice the rest. This card sees, like, didn't they errata this card? I can't remember. No, maybe they didn't errata this card on Arena, because we didn't see the an alternative version of Ajani. But this card's seeing legacy play, which is pretty impressive. So there is actually a sort of Boros energy type of deck in Legacy, and of course Boros energy is above and beyond the #1 deck in Modern. It's like 20% at this point, and it's gonna get higher. And I'm hoping that the Blink deck can like slow this damn thing down, but it's not really. Rin says Ajani's #1 is the #1 Brawl commander. Really? That or Tamio? During the last Brawl event in Arena? Cards broken. No doubt about it. Oh, Oslet Pride got rebalanced, not Ajani. Okay, so I believe Oslet Pride got balanced. Also, Guide of Souls got balanced. What's it called? Galvanic Discharge got balanced. So everything in the deck except Ajani got sort of like rebalanced, but card is still super. I want to say this card is a bit under control. I don't like this card at all. But for a deck that has removal, I mean, it's a lot of value. It's 2 mana to diversify 3 power on the battlefield, and the flip is super annoying. But where to put it? S tier or A tier? I want to say this is A tier, like A+. It could be S tier. I'm not ready to give it that yet. I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready. It could be S tier. This is very close. It's very, very close. F it. We'll just put in the S tier. You know, when it comes to the power level of these cards, if I just think it is, then I might as well just say it is. Wizards of the Coast hate the white cards. Well, they've been power creeping the crap out of these cards for quite a while now. It's 2 mana, 3/3, no downside. It's legendary. Actually, that's an upside because you can play another Ajani and then sacrifice the legendary copy in order to flip the other Ajani because the legendary copy was a cat. What a stupid way the rule works like that. I don't think you should be allowed to play a second copy of your legendary card if the legend is already on the battlefield. I mean, if it accidentally hit the battlefield, then it can work like that, but not intentionally. We got a super chat from Rose Kitty. Oh, whoa. Thank you very much for your super chat. Sojourner's Companion. I love this card. Got banned from Pauper. Well, like, which is weird. Yeah, got banned from Pauper because it was just another copy of another. They just wanted to power down Affinity just a tad for one reason or another, because it's like a virtual copy of another card that already exists in this game. 7 mana for a 4/4 Affinity for artifacts. Artifact cycling for 2 mana, so you can cycle it to go get another artifact if you really need to. Discard this card, search your library for an artifact land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle. Get those artifact lands. It's what is it? Frogmite? No, not Frogmite. Is it Frogmite? No. What is this? What's the big one? Like, I would never give a 7 mana 4/4 Affinity card like any high grade. That's worthless. I like the guy's name. I like the name. I think it's an S tier name, but I think it's like more of a. Well, I'm not gonna say it's C tier. Like, it is. Maybe I'm gonna say it's C tier. Do you know what? I don't care. I don't care that it's banned in Pauper. C tier. The Mere Enforcer. That's right. The Mere Enforcer. Thanks so much, Midawishance. I appreciate it. Oh my god, the time is just flying. Because it's already time to thank our sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to get my Magic the Gathering cards. Deal of the week, 15% off all Ultimate Guard accessories. Don't forget, you can also get the Secrets of Strixhaven or your favorite Modern Horizon cards. Do any cards from today's show inspire you to get some singles? Well, By all means, use coupon code Nikachu when you buy them to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports, of course, the channel. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, everybody. Okay, next. We need... Because of the land cycling, it got banned. Well, I mean, it's slightly better than the Mirror Enforcer. Was it really just the land cycling? Or are you trolling me here? Epic Nate with Sarah's Emissary. It's got, oh no. Okay, here we go. We have a 7-mana 7/7 Angel flying. As Sarah's Emissary enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. Wow! I didn't even know even this came from Modern Horizons. Where did this come from? This came from Modern Horizons 2 the entire time. This feels like an old card, like from Odyssey or something. Like, this is not something that they necessarily had to have... The design doesn't feel Modern Horizons like. It feels very classic Magic the Gathering like, where you play this big creature, you play this big permanent, and like, okay, you're not allowed to do your stuff anymore. Anyway, I think the card is great. It's still worth it. I mean, I would say there are other cards that have power creeped this card at this point in terms of like creatures to cheat and play or reanimate, but it's still a very strong card on its own. A tier. Easy A tier. It's Pauper. It's not that hard to break. Pauper is strong, Gillum. Have you ever played Pauper? I mean, Pauper is borderline legacy for commons. It's super, super powerful. Stormy Cat, Crashing Footfall. Actually, Footfalls. A lot of footfalls here. Okay, we have a 0/0, no mana cost. It's free, right? Not really. Suspend for 4 for a green. Create 2 4/4 green rhino creature tokens with trample. Now the card by itself is the card I would say now is super, super bad. I think this card's terrible now. I think since they printed Rat the Skies, since they printed Vexing Bauble, they just went all out to wreck this card. Not only that, they banned Violent Outburst in Modern, so it's not even good there. I still think there are... I can't remember if they still have a Crushing Footfall deck in Legacy, but they just printed so many cards now that just wreck this thing that I don't see it being nearly as good as it used to be. It's like, okay, this card used to be very, very strong. Now it's just okay. I don't see any way that it's coming back because there's just so many answers to the footfalls that don't exist anymore. There would be a time that I would say this is S tier, but ever since Modern Horizons 3, I actually think this is more B tier like. And Rhinos got wrecked. Poor Rhinos. I'm not lying. I think you can unban Violent Outburst in Modern and try to give the Rhinos a damn chance, because otherwise they have no chance. Mapias with Asmorano, Marticanaskina, Cool the car. Asmorano. Okay, Asmorano, also no mana cost. We have a 3/3 human wizard. As long as you've discarded a card this turn, you can pay a Rakdos to cast this spell. When Asmorano enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named the Underworld Cookbook. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Sacrifice 2 foods. Target creature deals 6 damage to itself. So this card has one problem. One problem and only one problem. It's a huge dirtily card, and it actually is no good if your opponent is actually proactively trying to kill you dead. So I mean, if you're up against someone that's actually trying to win the game very, very quickly, this card just gets wrecked. And not to mention, it is a little inconvenient to get into play, and it's only a 3/3, so Asmorano basically dies to anything and everything. But if you're in a slow grindy game, a card is very, very powerful. But the problem is there's too many cards there's too many decks these days that don't even care about a slow grindy game. No one likes classic slow grindy games. They like to win instantly. They want to win on turn 2. You know, and in that world, this card sucks. But you know what? It's still a very good card. It's a B tier card. We have the Soul of Samhain, Ragavan, the little pilfer. So we had to get to Ragavan at some point. Ragavan, Nimble Pilfer. Not much to be said about this card. I think everybody knows what it does. It's a red 2/1 that makes treasures and steals your opponent's cards, and you can dash it and play, which makes it impossible to kill by sorcery speed removal. It's a very sneaky, greasy little bee over there, aren't you, Ragavan? Banned in Legacy, because it's ultimately it's way better than Delver of Secrets. It's basically the new Delver. Banned in Historic, probably. I don't know if it should be banned in Modern, because it's a format that has an absurd amount of removal, like a lot of removal. So Ragavan a little bit more tame in that format. But in like Commander, it's also crazy. I mean, just randomly attack some random person and gain treasures and get card advantage. Fantastic. Ultimately, is it the best 1-drop in the game? Like that's the question here. Is Ragavan the best single 1-drop in the entire game for a permanent? Probably is. All right, so Ragavan at Super S tier. Ragavan is basically a red mana dork in EDH. Ragavan is the ultimate mana dork, period. Like, mana dorks are just bad in Magic, and if anyone wants a mana dork, they just play Ragavan instead. That's just how it is now. Ragavan literally replaced Birds of Paradise, or Llanowar Elf, or like whatever. Name some random mana dork, Delighted Halfling. They don't see nearly as much play as Ragavan, because Ragavan is just the new ramp card. Mendese with, let's get Force of Negation. Out of the Way is a 3-mana instant. Not that anyone pays for 3 mana for it. If it's not your turn, you may exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Counter target non-creature spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You know, the best way I can put this is the closest thing that we have to Force of Will. That's not Force of Will. You get to pitch a blue card. You don't pay any life. You exile the card, which actually is very relevant. Depending on when you're exiling, like Past in Flames or something that goes, or you're exiling a card that would contribute to a card for that has Delirium or has Flashback, like Past in Flames. So Force Negation, I actually think is definitely, I mean, it's definitely up there with one of the best counter spells, just period, in all of Magic the Gathering. So we can put that one. I think we can put that one S tier. That's a safe S tier. Safe S tier spot. Next. Who do we got here next? Boulder. Wait, you love Force of Negation? Gillum with the Shattered Ego. Ragavan killed Jackal Pup in its sleep. That's a good one. You know, maybe we should have a show like that. Cards that killed other cards in their sleep, just to show like the power discrepancy is just so damn far between each other that they died in their sleep, or they killed them in their sleep. Shattered Ego is a blue aura. I've never heard of this thing. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -3/-0. For 5 mana, put Enchanted creature into its owner's library, third from the top. It is interesting. The problem is it doesn't really shut down the creature in the first place, so you would have to... Okay, there's a few problems. Okay, first off, it doesn't shut down the creature in the first place, so activated abilities still work. Second problem is, even if you put the enchanted creature back into the deck, which you could do when they're shuffling their deck, like they crack a fetch land, they go search their deck for a card. In response, you can pay 5 mana, put the creature back in the deck, and shuffle it in there. But then you lose the enchantment. I think it would be better. It'd be like, return enchantment back to hand, shuffle the creature back into the library, or like put the creature into the library third from the top. But no, you lose the enchantment. So you sank 6 mana for that. I think that's just downright terrible. This might be our first, the first D tier. Sorry, no, it's not our first D tier. It's our second D tier. Yeah, it's just too terrible. Shuts down Ragavan. That was probably the point in draft. We have Felicia with the Unbound Flourishing. Unbound indeed. What is this? It's a 3-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a permanent spell with a mana cost that contains X, double the value of X. Oh my god. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell or activate an ability, if that spell's mana cost or that ability's activation cost contains X, copy that spell or ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. This is pretty wild commander card. Like, this is super powerful. Cast an instant or sorcery spell. So, okay, so basically it doubles the X in all your X cards. So your villainous wealth is going to be incredibly, outrageously wealthy. But it only affects the X cards, which is still fine. Art is cool. I really like this art. Many snakes. Many snakes for heads. Okay, B tier. Sorry, not B tier. A tier. This doubling ability is very strong. I give respect. I give respect to doubling ability. We got Boulder with the super chat. Thanks so much, Boulder. The Skelemental, my beloved. Is that real? There's a few Skelementals. Are you talking about this one? I think it has to be this one. Are you a Lightning Skelemental fan? Because there's no other Skelemental in Modern Horizons. Or there's no other Skelementals, period. I just looked up the word Skelemental and this showed up. So we have a 3-mana 6/1 Elemental Skeleton. Trample and haste. Whenever Lightning Skelemental deals combat damage to a player, that player discards 2 cards. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Lightning Skelemental. You know what? For whatever reason, this card just... it goes absolutely nowhere. It's very sad. It looks like it does a lot, but unfortunately, it's just so hard to use. It's too easy, I guess, to kill. If we're in the late game, your opponent has no cards in hand, then they're not going to discard anything. What else can I say about this card? Yeah, I think that the problem is this card is just very, very difficult to use. No one's cracked the code. Not to mention, even if you put cards in your opponent's graveyard, you actually might be helping them for the most part. So I'm going to put this one C tier. It's sort of a cool card. It's not worthless, but too hard to use to make actually fine. I find this card into a lot of meme decks. It shows up in the meme decks like 8-Ball or something. So they play a deck with like, no, not even 4. There's like 4 Lightning Skelemental, 4 Ball Lightning. There's the green one for green. And I think there's one more Ball Lightning. So it's like it's 16 Ball or something like that. And they can like Collected Company them all into play. Is it just 12? Is it 12 Ball? I thought there was one more, but I could be wrong because I can't think of it. I can't even conceive the card in my head. Okay, we have Pteraptors with Fury. Fury. We have to get we need the real Fury. Hold on. There's a lot of Furies in this game, but there's only one of these. I want the original. Where's the original art? There we go. Here's the OG. It's a 5-mana 3/3 Elemental Incarnation, double strike. When Fury enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage divided as you choose among any number of creatures and/or planeswalkers. Evoke, exile a red card from your hand. I absolutely hate this card.
No, God, please, no.
With a passion. It just wrecked me for like, I don't know how many years for. It was a while. I had some resistance, but it wasn't that great of a resistance. I mean, it just nukes creature decks. Not to mention, getting to 5 mana, that's not hard. That's easy. 5 mana, it's not like 5 mana is 7 mana. 5 mana is nothing. And so anyway, the people get to 5 mana, just hard cast a 3/3 double striker. I mean, it's basically a Titan. It might as well be like, was there a Fire Titan? What was the red Titan? I don't remember. Giant Titan? Scryfall has 39 different cards listed with Oracle text, Oracle tag Ball Lightning. Oh, well, there's a lot of there's like 4 mana Ball Lightnings, but there's a lot of different Ball Lightnings out there. Scam Arrow is crazy, and what's also crazy is how long it lasted too. Easier with the Evoke too. Oh yeah, you just play this on turn 1. I actually think this card. I'll tell you what. There's one hidden aspect of Fury that I hate even more. I am like 99% certain that Fury was the reason why they made like Boros energy cards so powerful, because they were like, this all just loses to Fury, but Fury's banned now. in both modern and historic, funny enough. So anyway, yeah, this card is easily S tier. Just basically invalidates a huge chunk of the game. Why even make cards with power and toughness? Unless they got to be like, that's why they make like Quantum Riddler, I guess, with 6 toughness. Well, let me tell you, Fury completely warped the metagame back and forth, but that is fine when you are renting with mana traders, because when you rent, no matter where the metagame changes, no matter what new powerful cards are printed or banned, you have access to the best card possible when you rent cards on Magic Online using mana traders. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu_BH2 for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription to play any deck, any format you want, anytime when you're renting with mana traders. And back to our cards. Yeah, ad time too. You like the ad times. Okay, next. We got Rose Kitty. Another Rose Kitty Uwu super chat. Nyx Bloom Hydra. Currently the best elf card. Nyx Bloom Hydra? Was it is it Nyx Bloom something else? Nyx Bloom Agent? I don't. What is this? Nyx Bloom. It's not. Does anyone know what Rose Kitty Uwu's card? I don't think it's Nyx Bloom Ancient, because it's not from Modern Horizons. Okay, Rose Kitty, get us the right card name, and we'll get in there. I think Rose Kitty plays Pauper. No way to know for sure. Who knows? Is it Nyx Hydra? It might be Nyx Hydra. Okay, it was Nyx. What did you say? You said Nyx. Oh, you say Nyx Bloom. It's Nyx Born Hydra. It's a green X01 Hydra with bestow of double green and an X. Reach and trample. Nyx Born Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Nyx Bloom Hydra and has reach and trample. Is this a card in Pauper? Like, is this like a, what's it called? Is this a Boggles card? Like a hexproof deck card? That's sort of what it looks like. Because it's actually pretty good for a hexproof deck, because one problem with the hexproof deck is do you have a Boggle in your hand? You have Slippery Bogle, and then if you don't, then you have to mulligan. You have to keep mulliganing. But you could actually like keep a hand reasonably with this, and then just because it has trample, you just suit up the thing with a bunch of auras. It's the best elf. How is it an elf? It doesn't even tap for mana. It has reach and trample. Reach and trample. I don't get it. I don't quite understand. It looks like a hexproof card, but I haven't been playing Pauper in quite a while, so I don't know where the metagame has moved recently. We got Bab. Stirring Address. Oops. Stirring Address is a 2-mana instant. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Oh, you can overload it. You give all your creatures +2/+2. I would say that's still pretty below the power level of both competitive Magic and Commander. So I'll put it in the C tier. I'm not gonna say it's completely useless, because you could still end up alpha striking with a type of card like this. And it's pretty. I think the mana cost is fair both ways. 2 mana for one. Well, I know 2 mana for one creature maybe is not worth it, but the overload is fine. It's fine. Fine-ish. Faces fan forever with Urza's Saga. Urza's Saga is quite the hell of a drug, isn't it? I gotta tap into the power of this Urza's Saga, in my opinion. Okay, we have it's a Saga. Urza's Saga. It's a land. It's an enchantment land. And do you know what? This card even got more powerful because they changed the rules so that when it loses all its abilities... Get this! Okay, maybe not everyone knows this. If you make Urza's Saga lose all its abilities, like with Spreading Seas, Blood Moon, Harbinger of the Seas, it actually doesn't lose its abilities. In fact, it gets to keep them, which is bizarre as hell. And in fact, they get to permanently keep its ability. So Urza Saga Chapter 1, Urza Saga gains add a colorless mana. Chapter 2, Urza Saga gains pay 2, tap, make a 0/0 construct token. And Chapter 3, search your library for an artifact card with mana cost 0 or 1, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. So if you have Blood Moon out, in the past it actually blew this thing up. But now, if Blood Moon comes out, Urza Saga stays. And in fact, if it's at Chapter 2, it's permanently at Chapter 2. And it can continue making constructs to the end of time. Urza Saga is the best land in Red Prison. Urza Saga is the best land wherever Urza Saga goes. It's a pretty bonkers card. It just got upgraded. Got a glow up recently. Yeah, I think now it's been upgraded to S tier. Before, I wouldn't have put it at S tier, but now that it's not vulnerable to Harbinger of the Seas or Blood Moon, it's free to do whatever the hell it wants, sadly. Islarf with Chthonian Nightmare. How do I spell this? C-H-T-H, Onion Nightmare. Urza Saga sees play like everywhere. Okay, Chthonian Nightmare is a 2-mana enchantment. When Chthonian Nightmare enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. Pay X energy, sack a creature. Return Chthonian Nightmare to its owner's hand. Return target creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. The card is clunky. It's fine, but it's just clunky. That's all. And you need energy. It needs to enter the battlefield. You got to bring it back. You can maybe get some energy from something else that would help. You need a little bit of, you need a little synergy, I would say. Oops, let's get that out of the way. I think you need a little synergy to really get this thing online. But the card is fine. I'll put in the B tier. Things need to go right if you're going to play this card. Who cares about energy if your deck is like 3 CMC or less? That's true, but if your deck is 3 CMC or less, you're not bringing anything super outrageously powerful from the graveyard. We got super chats just like crazy. Okay, I have a feeling, that Steve Cooper has a Morophon the Boundless deck. Morophon the Boundless, the show meme card. Maybe we should have a Morophon show. Not like I'm trying to make a Morophon deck, but I don't know if we've ever had a Changeling show. We have a 7-mana 6/6 shapeshifter with Changeling. As Morophon the Boundless enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Spell to the chosen type. You cast cost Wooburg less to cast. That sounds good for slivers. There's a lot of Wooburg slivers out there. Other creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. I'm gonna say it is a very. I mean, I'm gonna just judge it based on its ability of being a commander. I would say it's pretty good. I mean, it's very versatile. It's basically a colorless Wooburg card. And you can then throw like any random creatures in the deck, I guess. And then when Morophon enters the battlefield, you can favor them a little bit more than others. So I will put this as an A tier level card. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, we got Turiot with the Plague Engineer. Oh, actual Plague Engineer. Man, this card was such a pain when it first came out. Now it's like now it's borderline worthless. It's a 3-mana 2/2 carrier. Death Touch. As Plague Engineer enters the battlefield, choose a creature type, and creatures of the chosen type your opponents control get -1/-1. Here's the problem with Plague Engineer in 2026. Like, what creature are you going to kill? Maybe Cat. Cat probably is like the best one. It is a very good card still. It's very, very strong. I think it has maybe better application in Commander if you're up against a token deck, but you do have to be against a token deck. Problem is, like, 1 toughness creatures, they're out of style, and it's very specifically only hits 1 creature type. We can give it like A tier. I mean, it's still like an Anthem-like effect, anti-Anthem, I should say. But it's definitely a lot weaker than it used to be, just because like 1 toughness creatures sort of exterminated out of the game. We got Elixir here with the Changeling Outcast. Changeling Outcast is a black 1/1 Changeling. Can't block, and it can't be blocked. I think this card's worthless. Is there something I'm missing here? What is so good about what's so good about Changeling Outcast? Is there something I don't know here? I'm gonna put this near the bottom. It's a 1-mana 1/1. You know, it honestly is worth $1 for some reason. I guess the Changeling decks are just super desperate for cards. So we have like it's a $1 Zendikar Rising, a Commander card, Modern Horizon, $1.50. Oh, it's used in ninjutsu. Can't block and can't be blocked. Is that it? Is it a popper card then? Is it in like blue-black ninjas? Unblockable 1-mana creature with all types will always be good. All right, C tier. You sold me. So I still don't care. Unblockable 1-mana creature. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll put in the C tier. You guys, you talk the talk. It's not that big of a talk, honestly, because ninjutsu is not that powerful outside of. Well, okay, it's getting a little bit more powerful thanks to what's his face. What is it, Kaito? Kaito is making like ninjutsu a little bit more popular or playable outside of Popper, but still not big enough in my opinion. We got Fan Factor with Pyrogoyf. Making waves in cube. Arena Anthology. Oh, this can't hold on. Let's get the OG one. Okay, 4 mana, star, and 1+ star. Pyrogoyf's power is equal to the number of card types among cards in all graveyards, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. Whenever Pyrogoyf or another Lurgoyf creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature deals damage equal to its power to any target. Any target? That's insane. It's basically modern-day Flametongue Kavu. Very, very strong. But you do need stuff in the graveyard. I'll put in the A tier. It might be worth more, though. We got another super chat from Balder. Thank you very much for your super chat. What am I going to give you? The Echoes of Eternity. Is that the Time Twister? Is it Echoes of Eternity? We'll find out in a minute. Oh no, it's that is not what I was thinking of. Okay. I was thinking of Echo of Eons. Echoes of Eternity is a 6-mana Kindred Eldrazi enchantment. Now, if a triggered ability of a colorless spell you control or another colorless permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Oh my god. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, copy it? You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, this I don't think there's time in competitive Magic for this, but there is time in Commander. So I'll give it a B tier. It might even be A tier for Commander. Like doubling the effects and doubling your colorless cards is pretty gross. But definitely at least B tier. At least. We have next up Leon Corgi with Astral Drift. Astral Drift is a 3-mana enchantment. When you cycle Astral Drift or cycle another card while Astral Drift is on the battlefield, you may exile target creature. If you do, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. How the hell does this card work? When you cycle this card or cycle another card while this enchantment is on the battlefield. Oh, I see. So it's like a Displacer Kitten, except it turns all your cycling into blinking. Well, that has some utility, but I think it's very awkward to use. Like, incredibly. I mean, it's just 5-mana blink for the most part. Sorry, not 5. 3-mana blink for the most part, but if you get it on the battlefield, then you can start blinking for, like, probably 1 to 2 mana. I'll put in the C tier. I don't think it's completely useless. Next, we've got Epic Nate with the Pyrogoyf. Oh my god, this is a good card. Pyrogoyf. What's with all these weird arts? I want the OG. Okay, we have a 3-mana star and 1+ star. Death Touch, Lifelink. Pyrogoyf's power is equal to the number of card types among cards in all graveyards, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. Whenever Pyrogoyf deals combat damage to a player, you may mill that many cards. If you do, you may put a creature card from among them into your hand. A lot of value actually that gets out of this card. I was really surprised and impressed with Pyrogoyf when it ended up being just like a staple of Legacy. It's just start seeing a lot of play like in a Legacy deck. So it's just like really good top end card. It can be it's basically the new Tarmogoyf. If only the original Tarmogoyf just gained lifelink, it'd probably just bring it back into prominence. Not to mention this card does have Death Touch. Pyrogoyf is it's tough. A tier or S tier? I guess still A tier. Sort of in that same power level realm as the Pyrogoyf, I would say, in my opinion. We have a few super chats coming out from Okay, Elixir, I'll get you guys a little bit later. Are you also rating the commander cards? Yes! Bring your commander cards. We can, any sets. If it says Modern Horizons on it, it's good. Polrog with Nadu. Oh, that's an evil one. Nadu Winged Wisdom. Obviously so powerful they had to errata it. I feel like this is a tell. Like, you have to snap ban a card if you have to errata it on Arena. Simple as that. If you have to make another alternate copy for a card that was too broken for paper, look at where it's banned. Modern Legacy Commander. 3 mana, 3/4 flyer. Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. This ability triggers only twice each turn. Oh yeah, twice each turn, my ass. That never actually happens. It's basically twice each turn for each creature that keeps getting produced on your side of the battlefield over and over and over and over again. Anyway, yeah, so Nadu probably is more powerful than all these cards. I mean, if I could shift the tiers, I would. Nadu is definitely stronger than everything in S tier. Everything. Easily. I wasn't sure why I had to get banned in Legacy, though. Like, it was a card. It was a deck in Legacy, but, like, I never thought it was broken. Or maybe they just banned it because of the time it took to execute the combo. The fact it affects all your creatures is insane. I know. I mean, like, why was that necessary? Nadu would be okay if it only worked on itself. Like, every brainless moron could even see that a 0 mana equip artifact, which there are a few, triggered the crap out of this thing. F-tier design, though it needed a better limiter. Okay, next. Who has no card? Toilet Duck doesn't have a card. Rhyme Tender. Never heard of it. Which doesn't say much about its power level. 2 mana, 2/2. Tap, untap another target snow permanent. This card's trash. I guess, I mean, it's a mana rock, I guess. I shouldn't say it's D. I can't say it's D tier. It's got, like, mana rock qualities, so we'll put it in the C tier. But holy crap, this card is like, why don't we just add mana, untap another target snow permanent? I don't even know what kind of snow permanent we can untap to abuse at this point. Okay, Elixir with the Throes of Chaos. Throes of Chaos is a 4 mana sorcery with Cascade and Retrace. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. So it's just 4 mana to get a free card, and then you can play this card from your graveyard over and over again. I would say this is more jank than good. In fact, I would actually go as far as say this is very jank. Super ultra. You can't even cheat like huge things in play. I don't think. Okay, so I'm going to put this probably D tier. I might be not selling this card enough. Or I have not been sold on this card enough. Lessian with the Shadow of the Second Sun. So not the Rise, it's the opposite. 6 mana for an aura, enchant player. At the beginning of enchanted player's post-combat main phase, there is an additional beginning phase after this phase. That's neat. I think that's the only thing I can say about it. That's neat. There's an additional beginning phase. So the beginning phase, they get what then? Do they get another untap step? The end step happens after the added untap, upkeep, and draw steps. The beginning of their post-combat main... After the beginning of the enchanted player's post-combat main phase, there is an additional beginning phase after this. Are they talking about the post-combat main phase? That's weird. I get like almost the beginning of a turn at the end of the turn. Very strange. Has some utility though. Okay, B tier. I can see this thing being abused. Mono blue ramp, that's strange. Well, it's sort of useless because the ramp comes at the very end of the turn. I mean, it's still fine. I mean, you can tap out and then untap and get all your mana back, which blue sort of likes. So is this free? Actually, I just thought about it. This thing is free. So you enchant yourself with this, and then you just get the mana back. That's interesting. Huh. I should actually put this in my deck. I'm liking this card the more I'm looking at it. Now you don't get an extra turn. You just get an extra beginning. You get an extra beginning phase, whatever the hell that is. So you get to untap, you get another upkeep and all your triggers, and you get to draw a card again. So you get 2 cards a turn. So you get 2 cards every single one of your turns. It's like Howling Mine. What is it? Something of Crew Fix. What else can I call this? And you get a bunch of upkeep triggers. This could be very underrated. I like this card a lot. Okay, next up we got a Boulder with the super chat. Kozilek's Command. Okay, this is another card that I'm like, why can't we unprint this? We should unprint this card. It's a double colorless X Eldrazi Kindred instant. Choose 2. Target player creates X 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens. With sack this creature, add a colorless. Target player scries X, then draws a card. Exile target creature with mana value X or less, and exile up to X target cards from graveyards. Graveyards. This does everything. For some reason, this is a card that can. It's graveyard hate. It's creature hate. It's card draw, and it's ramp all in one card. Was that even necessary? That was just completely bonkers. Let's get. Oh no, I gotta rank this card. I still think this thing is broken. The card is completely insane. S tier. Whoops. Uh-oh. There we go. S tier. Instants cannot be cast via Cavern of Souls. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Rin with Garth One-Eyed. Let's get Garth One-Eyed. Garth One-Eye. Okay, this is a 5-mana 5/5 human wizard. Tap, choose a card to name that hasn't been chosen from among Disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Shivan Dragon, Regrowth, and Black Lotus. Create a copy of the card with the chosen name. You may cast the copy. The card is fine, with the exception of the fact that, like, it's got Summoning Sickness. So, I mean, if you are able to... If it gains haste, I guess it's good. If you're able to untap with this card, it's good. But outside of that, it's a very expensive card with a very high. It's an expensive card that's very slow, is what I'm just gonna say. I don't even know how you're gonna make use of the cards that you can even get with Garth One-Eye, because you already clearly have the mana to do most of whatever on Earth you'd even want in the first place. I will put this in the B tier. It's not quite useless. It's not quite broken either. Do you get a token or the full card with Garth One-Eye? Huh? You get a token or the full card? You get choose a card name. Create a copy of the card with the chosen name. I mean, like, it's an invisible copy. Oh, I guess you get a Shivan Dragon token. I think. Oh no, you get a Shivan Dragon token. I guess you get like. I guess it's supposed to be like the actual card. It's not like it does. I don't know if it counts as a token. You create a copy of the card with the chosen name. Yeah, this isn't Arena. This is the real world. Copy of a permanent are usually a token. Usually, it didn't actually specify that you make a token of the thing. You actually literally have the thing on the battlefield. You get a token card in your hand. No, you don't. It doesn't get conjured. Does it specify anything here? Resolving copies of permanent spells become tokens as they enter the battlefield. There we go. We got our answer right there. Okay, they do become tokens. Copies of permanent spells enter as tokens. Thanks, everybody. Next, we have Hexenort with Sorn of House Markov. We have a 2-mana 1/4 lifelink with Extort. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, you can exile Sorin, and it turns into Sorin Ravenous Neonate, a 3 loyalty planeswalker, again with Extort. +2, create a food token, -1. Sorin Ravenous Neonate deals damage equal to the amount of life you gain this turn to any target. -6, gain control of target creature. It becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Put a lifelink counter on it if you control a white permanent other than that creature or Sorin. I would say this card is okay. I've seen people try to like build around it. Like it's a fine card. My favorite part of this card is that it looks like what's his name? Pegasus. That's what I was thinking from Yu-Gi-Oh! That's my favorite part of Sorin. Looks like Pegasus. But Pegasus here doesn't have the special eye that can like read people's minds. So we're just going to put it into the B tier. Sorry about that, Pegasus. It should have a melding. Maybe. Okay, we got next up. Titanium Pickles. How about Stuffy Doll? Fun combo with Helm of the Host. Oh yeah, well... What? Was Stuffy Doll from Modern Horizons? They never put Stuffy Doll in Modern Horizons. This is a strictly Ultimate Modern Horizons set tier. What was the other card? Helm of the Host. I don't think Helm of the Host made its way. So we only have Time Spiral, Magic 2013, Time Spiral Commander, Battle for Baldur's Gate. Unfortunately, this was not a Modern Horizons card. If you have another card you'd like to make on the show, let me know, and we'll make use of your super chat. Until then, we'll move to Steve Cooper's super chat. Ulamog the Defiler. He's $25 other to... Huh? What does that mean? We've got... Okay, it's a 10-mana 7/7 Eldrazi. When you cast the spell, target opponent exiles half their library, rounded up. Ward, sacrifice 2 permanents. And Ulamog the Defiler enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the greatest mana value among cards in exile. Oh yeah, this card. It's super powerful. And then Ulamog has Annihilator X, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Step aside, Emrakul. Everyone thought Emrakul is the best card for annihilating. I think Ulamog the Defiler is actually going to be even more powerful than that. Some people have built decks intending on exiling cards to increase the Annihilator on Ulamog the Defiler, which totally is legit. Super, super legit. Maybe as an S tier level card. Definitely at least A tier. Super at least A tier. Well, I'm gonna get another song here because we're gonna be here for a little while. Boop boop boop. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Okay, and you donated like $4-ish. I'll donate the second half of that thing to Marcio. Welcome, Marcio. Ugin's Labyrinth. Sticking to the theme of the Eldrazi's. It's a land with imprint. When Ugin's Labyrinth enters the battlefield, you may exile a colorless card with mana value 7 or greater from your hand. Tap, add a colorless. If the card exiled with Ugin's Labyrinth... if a card is exiled with Ugin's Labyrinth, add double colorless instead. And tap, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. This thing is absolutely broken. I don't even know why they made this card. Like, we banned an Eldrazi card like more than 10 years ago. And what, they print another one? Or maybe it is exactly 10 years ago. And they gave them another one. As if we need more of this stupid fast mana in this game. It's just too much fast mana. S tier. These cards are bonkers. Next up. We did Ragavan, Olga. Look, we got Monk. Got the Monk over here. Here's the monkey. The monkey of all monkeys. Jeff with Consign to Memory. I was really surprised that this card is seeing so much play. It's a blue instant with replicate of 1. Counter target triggered ability or colorless spell. Partially to deal with this crap. Basically, all the Eldrazi cards out there. Not necessarily to deal with this land specifically. Or though you could. When it enters the battlefield, you can counter that trigger. Consigned Memory is actually a very versatile card. Because there's a lot of triggered abilities out there. But in addition to that, yeah, it counters Eldrazi cards. But now it's being abused by countering the downside to, like, evoke. So you can play like you can play an evoke creature and then counter your own evoke card or the evoke trigger to keep your creature in play. You can play like Flage and has like the sacrifice trigger, but then you can consign to memory it and keep your Flage in play. Reminder that consign to memory can snipe replication. Absolutely. So this card ends up being like maybe one of, I wouldn't call it a blinking card, but a very, very powerful card. Here, let's get the little this guy's tears. Let's get the tears. Okay, at least A tier. It's kind of weird making a card like this S tier. Let's take a look at Aaron. Where are you, Aaron? Oh, you got pushed. Emrakul the World Anew. Emrakul the World Anew is a 12-mana 12/12 Eldrazi. When you cast the spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls. Very evil card. Flying protection from spells and from permanents that were cast this turn. When Emrakul the World Anew leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control and Madness, pay 6 colorless. It's a very strong card, but very awkward to play. The Madness is still like not easy. You got like discard, like I don't know, you want to have a discard outlet. I guess that's the problem. There's just not that many discard outlets in like a purely colorless deck. So making that work was just awkward, and people just decide not to go about it. But it's still a very powerful card otherwise. A tier. Super powerful. Spaghetti monster. Oh, I'm gonna have to shrink my camera soon. We got Boulder with the Vexing Bauble. Thank you so much for your super chat, Boulder. Titanium Pickles, you got a replacement card for me? You got something to Titanium Pickles? Okay, Vexing Bauble is a 1-mana artifact. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. And also for 1 mana, tap, sacrifice your Vexing Bauble, draw a card. This is hilarious. It got restricted in Vintage. I mean, I'm not that surprised. Vintage likes to protect its Moxen, all the 0 mana cards, or all the free cards, the whole point of the format. So yeah, it's banned. Restricted there. You can't ban it. Screws over Force of Will, screws over Lotus Petal, screws over a lot of cards. Very strong. Very, 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 very nice card. Should probably see more play. I personally should even play it more often than I actually do. This card is also A tier. It's like, actually should really be a staple. Hold on, I gotta shrink myself. Can I shrink myself? Is this locked? Where am I here? Here I am, okay. Whoop! There we go. I'm just shrinking myself a little bit. I gotta make some room. Gotta make some room for more of these cards. Show's not over yet. Next. Screws over my Kotus the Fangkeeper deck. Screws over a lot of decks over here. Or better, Redemption. Oh, you want Redemption? You want, oh, hold on. Before I get you, Olga, I need to get the Titanium Pickles. The pickles of all pickles here. Psychic Frog. Okay, we got Psychic Frog, a 2-mana 1/2. Very cool creature. One of the nicer designs out there. When Psychic Frog deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you get to draw a card. Discard a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on your Psychic Frog. Exile 3 cards from your graveyard. Psychic Frog gains flying until end of turn. It's a classic Ophidian. I mean, this is the most power-crept Ophidian I've ever seen. And in some cases, it's also a power-crept Phalune of Sea and Sky. Sees play in, well, it used to see play in Legacy. Still sees play a good chunk of play in Modern. Where to put it, though? It's not the most broke. It honestly, I mean, it still dies to, like, removal. Dies to Fatal Push. Key is kill it before it actually gets to draw one card, and you are in good shape. Olga wants Grief. I'm surprised no one's, like, naming all these cards. Grief. Maybe it's that we already know the answer. I don't know if Commander players have suffered the Wrath of Grief before. It's a 4-mana 3/2 Menace. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You can choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. And evoke, exile a black card from your hand. A black card from your hand. It's not like Unmask, because what you do is you end up playing Grief. So you play Grief for free, and then you like reanimate or blanket or something, and you take all your opponent's best cards in their hand. They could possibly even deal with this card in the first place, leaving your opponent with nothing. There's nothing more frustrating than having a beautiful opening hand getting ripped apart by this stupid card. So, yeah, this is definitely super, super S tier. Okay, next up, probably a CDH card. I don't even know, because it's like, it's a bit weird. You have to get rid of multiple cards just to like eat up the hand of one person. You know what I mean? Marcio with Kalia of the Vast. I lose to this commander every single week. You don't say. Okay, hold on. Kalia of the Vast. Hold on. Kalia of... Sorry, hold on. Kalia of the Vast. Double A. Kalia the Vast is a 4-mana 2/2 human cleric flying. When Kalia the Vast attacks an opponent, you may put an angel, demon, or dragon creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking that opponent. I see. Well, is this really that big of a deal? It is 2 toughness. You can shock it to death, for crying out loud. What doesn't kill a Kalia of the Vast? This card looks... The card honestly looks bad. It's basically Elvish Piper. It's just the Mardu Elvish Piper. You still have to tap it and everything. It has Summoning Sickness. It's not like it has haste or anything. Is Modern Masters part of this set? Yeah, of course. Well, this is Modern Horizons 3. Oh no, no Modern Masters. No, just the Horizon sets. Horizon sets only. See you later, Deadfly. This is the 6th most popular commander. Okay, well, that's a lot of people that like this commander. All right, the people have spoken in commander S tier. I don't know why though. I mean, I see the payoff here, but you got to be. Would you have like no removal in your deck for this card? Okay, it's 4 mana for a 2/2. Kill it. Then it's 6 mana. Then kill it again. I guess people run out of removal very quickly. Titanium Pixels, watching while doing the schoolwork. That's the best way to watch the show. All the more reason to return to Alara. Okay, they combo Kalia with a demon that puts the opponent's life to 1. There's a few cards like that. Something like that. Because every deck in Commander runs Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots. Oh, okay. Well, then you have to kill it in... Okay, so you have to kill it instantly. But you all know what the commander is. It's not like it's a mystery commander. It's not like they're hiding it from you. Unless they are. Okay, we're not going to show our commanders until it happens. Voltland with Primal Prayers. Primal Prayers is a 4-mana enchantment. When Primal Prayers enters the battlefield, you get double energy. You may cast creature spells with mana value 3 or less by paying energy rather than paying their mana cost. If you cast a spell this way, you may cast it as though it had flash. What is this, just an energy producer? You may cast creature spells with mana value 3 or less by paying energy. This is just like... This seems like a bad version of Alurin. Let's make it Alurin, but with energy. I don't think it works like that. I don't think it's nearly as playable. C tier. Next we've got Menose Ice Fang Coatl. That's a very beautiful card. Kind of an old fave of mine. And it's still good. Like, it still sees some play. It's a very strong card. 2 mana, 1/1, flash flying. And when it enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. And Ice Fang Quaddle has Death Touch as long as you control at least 3 other snow permanents, which is pretty easy. You just get a bunch of lands in play, and all of a sudden you can snipe creatures. It's the most innocent of all fair cards in Magic the Gathering. It deserves better. Unfortunately, this world is very cruel to it, so it just is only in the A tier. But it's a very strong. I like this card a lot. I think it's very strong. We've got next. Okay, who has no card yet? Who has no card? Bob Talks Bridge has no card. Magus of the Bridge? That's what you want? Magus of the Bridge? Is it Ensnaring Bridge? 3. Oh, it's not Ensnaring Bridge. The other bridge. Triple black 4/4. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Whenever a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, you have to exile Magus of the Bridge on the battlefield. This has got to be like outrageously extra worthless. I just kill my own creature and it exiles Magus of the Bridge. This poor card. They made it too similar like the original. D tier. It's probably better than D tier, but for the lulz, I'll put in the D tier. We got Boulder with another super chat. Thank you very much, Boulder. Guide of Souls, last donut for today. Thank you so much for all those donos. Guide of Souls. Okay, well, I mean, if you ask me, I think this thing is, I think it's broken. It's a white 1/2 that when another creature enters the battlefield, you get a life and you get an energy, and you can convert that energy to give creatures flying and +2/+2. This got didn't this get downgraded on Arena? Yeah, it got downgraded, so that's an admission that they made it way too broken. Broken above broken. So I will also say this is quite S tier. It's one of the best. Well, I don't know if I should actually give it S tier. It's not a flexible card. It's not like every deck can play Guide of Souls. You know, maybe I'll downgrade this a little bit and put it in A tier. It's like, it's close. Like, a lot of these cards at the top, they could be put into any deck, but Guide of Souls can only be put into Boros Energy. I personally hate the card, but, I mean, I have to admit that it's not that flexible. All right, is there anyone else with no card yet? I'm looking for a specific person. I'm looking for a person that hasn't got a single card today. They want to be on the show. I got Aaron. I guess that's it. Okay, we're gonna look at one extra random person. Okay, it's gonna be random. Bob Talks Bridge. Also, most commander decks run board wipes. Almost too many. Okay, I'll go to the next one. Voltlin. Hidden Commander sounds like a fun game mode. Okay, we got Bab with Marble Gargoyle. Marble Gargoyle is a 3-mana 2/2 gargoyle flying. For a white, Marble Gargoyle gets +0/+1 until end of turn. This could not have been a more underwhelming card to end the show on. This card's terrible. D tier. You can go there with the Magus of the Bridge. The Magus of all bridges. All right, that's it for today, people. Thank you very much for joining me. Oh, what a beautiful list. We didn't get to every single card. We don't need to. Oh, hold on. Pyrefox wants one. Dog Umbra. It sounds terrible, but sounds on brand. Sounds, you got an avatar of a dog, so why not? 2 mana, flash, enchant creature. As long as another player controls enchanted creature, can't attack block. Otherwise, Dog Umbra has Umbra armor. Definitely the D tier. Definitely. D for dog. How about that? D for dog. All right, everybody. Thanks for all your cards, all your suggestions. Thanks for being here as well. As a reminder, we do these shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. However, anyone watching live, We have double shows every weekday this week, both Monday, like 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and 8 p.m. So don't miss those shows. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show, or even Super Chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, we got to thank the coffee crew for being here today, like Bob Talks Bridge. You referred to the other Bob as Bob Talks Bridge. Oh, did I? Sorry about that. Firefox, we have Gillum, Jeff, we got Bab, Christopher B, Menose, Polrog, Titanium Pickles. We have Old Boy, Boulder, Midawishans, Menose. Who else do we got? We have Soul here. We have Soul of, what was it? Soul of Sam Hain, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.